Hi, this is Kimberly. Today's video is a continuation of reading Reddit comments as it pertains to the GannonStauch case before his wicked stepmenace was apprehended and stowed away from polite society after it became blatantly obvious she was the one behind Gannon being removed from his home, his family, his school, his beloved Sonic games, and his friends. The day we are covering is February 16th, 2020, and there's so much more beyond than what I am presenting to you today. Let me know if I should keep these coming. And I've not done away with the timeline series. More in the future on that subject matter as well. Please enjoy. Much love and peace. I cannot stop thinking about this poor sweet kid. Are there any locals here? Have you heard anything? Local talk, you know. Any buzz about the latest on the search? Those are really good questions. I want to know too. I hope he isn't lost forever and the searchers get some clue or hint that takes them right to him. Someone replied, "We live in the area and my son is actually classmates with Sweet Gannon and we go to the same church." There hasn't been much new information and it's been a really hard few weeks. We are hoping and praying for the best. His classmates really miss him and it's all been so heartbreaking. That must be devastating for your son. Sending positive energy your way. Thank you. It's been very hard. The class misses him so much and brought him Valentine's to school on Friday. They just want him to come back to class and get to see him again. You know, I have thought about those children that are Gannon's or were Gannon's classmates and how it must have affected them. And it still will with a trial coming up and all of that. This is making me want to cry. My prayers are going out to all these kids. Hugs to your little one. God bless. A reply. That is crushing. I'm so sorry your son and his friends are experiencing this. My son doesn't know Gannon, but he's also been shaken and asks me daily if there are any updates. I can't imagine having an actual connection and having to guide him through this terrifying time. Stay strong. The odd, disturbing, changing details and outright lies of Letecia Stauch. A brief list. I guess if you compared it to a book, it would be brief, but it's not really brief. But that's okay. This is a discussion post, and it appears to be very well organized and thought out. I'm sure that's very appreciated by the other people in the groups. I've noticed that Reddit, the vibe is different there in that it's a little bit more mature, I guess. I don't know, but that doesn't matter. Well, I thought about it and I take it back because I think it was Reddit where everybody cluster bumbled that poor lady because the comment she made about the search dog. So you're going to get that shit no matter where you go. You will. I'm sure this is really engrossing. So let's begin, shall we? I am, like all of you, deeply disturbed by the disappearance of an 11-year-old boy and alarmed by the stepmom's behavior. Yes, to say the least. I was able to give her the benefit of the doubt until she released the video she quote-unquote accidentally recorded. Only an unhinged, long-time abuser would think that video offered any kind of exoneration, but I was heartened to find out that most people find it as disturbing as I did. And then the interview has me convinced she is the cause of his disappearance. I am compiling this so I can get some clarity on what she has said or written, what has been reported that does not add up or has changed. Please correct me if I am wrong, add to this list, etc. We need someone like this as the jury foreperson if this goes to trial. Please, God, let it go to trial. Number 1, Sunday they go on a hike, which is then altered to 2 hikes to include Harley and the dogs on one of them. Why was this again? Number 2, they stop at Burger King afterward, which is then changed to Harley picking up the food and bringing it home, but none for tea because she was whipping up a batch of witch's brew. I mean, because she is an avid health nut. Number 3, an accidental recording is made the night before and it was indubitably staged. She's not going to win a fucking Emmy, let's put it that way. After candle carpet incident, and is posted by T. Stauch on SM Stepmom. I don't know, but I do know it was posted on Faulty's Facebook page, in which she offers to sell the couch to cover the damage, and in which GannonStauch sounds injured and distressed, and may even say, "I'm bleeding." Edit. Some say a doctored version was put up to include "I'm bleeding." That was then posted on Plunder's YouTube channel. Yeah, that shit caused an uproar all over the place. Number 4. Monday, G stays home from school because he does not feel well. This is reported as constipation. Number 5. A doctor appointment is scheduled, and this is changed to a nurse's call, and it is implied he stayed home because he had a doctor appointment scheduled. Plus, nurse prescribes laxatives. Number 6. Gannon is seen moving sluggishly to Integrity's truck, and they drive away at 10:15 a.m. Number 7. Debility returns without Gannon 4 hours later. Number 8. While disloyalty goes into Petco twice, one that is about 30 miles, there are at least 2 that are closer. Number 9. Instability is, quote, working out in the basement with headphones on. Bullshit. When Gannon is allowed to go to a friend's house. This friend is unknown to Batty because her husband tracks all of that stuff. He leaves sometime between 3:15 and 4 p.m. Number 10. He, meaning Gannon, is not seen on any video leaving the house. Number 11. He is reported as a runaway by Grandiosity because his phone is at the house and his search history includes, quote, "Can my parents find me if my phone is off?" End quote. Damn batshit crazy. Edited to add. Additional backstory from your comments. 12 continued. T. Stauch claims she has a selfie with a timestamp with GannonStauch the day of, but has yet to furnish it. 13a. T-Bag's teaching license was suspended, and she lied about why she abandoned her teaching post to the board. 13b. Integrity has domestic violence charges, not sure to what degree, and there is something about her having called in a bomb threat. Yeah, that was on there. Number 11. He's reported as a runaway by T. Stauch because his phone is at the house, and his search history includes, "Can my parents find me if my phone is off?" Brilliant. Number 11a. At 8:45 p.m., GannonStauch's dad texts a neighbor to see if G is at their house. Either he or T-Bag contacts law enforcement Monday night. Number 12. Since his disappearance, T. Stauch has a. Slammed Gannon's mom on social media as if her real or imagined flaws as a person/mother have anything to do with this disappearance. B. Given an erratic interview in which she spoke of Gannon in both tenses, using distancing language, and coached her daughter to verify things that were not in dispute. C. Made very bizarre statements to, quote, clarify things such as GannonStauch was seen entering a Come and Go, which is a convenience store, but the car was not in the surveillance video, since refuted by police. GannonStauch cutting his foot in the garage while unloading groceries on woodworking tools, which was bandaged on the hood of the truck. How GannonStauch was prone to checking the side gate in a display of masculine pride as an 11-year-old boy in possession of the only key to said gate. That the neighbor, Roderick Drayton, I think this is supposed to be, was paid for the video, and there is more footage that shows GannonStauch getting out of the truck on Monday after Petco. That is being withheld. next that GannonStauch was taken by somebody and the neighbors should be on alert, and that his mom was also obviously involved somehow. And of course she is referring to when Betty would insinuate that Gannon's biological mother, Landon, was somehow involved in a sinister plot. Number 13. T. Stauch has a violent streak and a criminal history, plus used to be BFFs with Gannon's mom. Of course, meaning best friends forever. But rule number 1 of BFF is you don't sleep with your BFF's man. Whether you're married, not married, whatever. Even if they break up with him, you still don't. Dumb bitch. And she has a selfie of Gannon and her in the truck when they returned, time-stamped, I believe she said. It is of her, written statement with news media. Then that means she didn't do it, right? She has not put it out there for all to see. It is up to the law enforcement, FBI, and district attorney to say if she did or not. Photos can be doctored pretty easily nowadays, and law enforcement can tell if it is doctored or not, just like the man on the cliff at the park. What about the man on the cliff at the park? I'm nearly positive that it was verified that this man was truly there on the day that T said so, on Sunday. Gasp. I mean, she told the truth. I didn't know she knew how. Well, shit in a bucket. Pardon me, to continue with the comment. They went hiking. Someone was definitely grasping at straws or attention on that one. They are not talking about Photoshop. It's not always possible to tell if someone has made it appear that the photo was from a date and time it wasn't from. She lied substantially to state board officials when she had her teaching license suspended in South Carolina, made totally unsubstantiated claims of retaliation and harassment as an excuse for the abandonment of duties complaint she got for ghosting a school district after 2 days of class. She claimed she was somehow being retaliated against for requesting a military move, but had never submitted any kind of request or paperwork to them, and took a contract at a nearby school at the same time. Pretty significant to lie to state board investigators and in official proceedings. Yeah, it's pretty ballsy. Yes, and to make it even worse, I'm sure she believes everything she says. Another personality trait. Yes, she does, 'cause Batty is batshit crazy. Yep. Okay, my opinion. People need to start thinking outside the box on this one. Maybe they are, who knows. Everyone is focused on what evidence they have and only on the activity around the time of the incident. It seems obvious that this woman is inconsistent and appears untruthful. However, the question is, what is she covering up? They need to look into this woman's pattern for at least 6 months before Gannon's disappearance. Where did she go? What did she purchase? Who did she know? Who had she met with? We do know that she met with Egg. What groups did she belong to? I have read before that she was a part of many Chris Watts groups. Maybe she was studying. We unfortunately live in a messed up world. Yeah, it is, right now, where all possibilities need explored. This woman does seem to demonstrate psychopath behavior, yet too anxious and paranoid to execute something on her own. I don't know about that. She needs to feel like a victim too much. Yes, she does love playing the victim. However, in addition to that, she's that person that, well, if it weren't for me, I'm the one that holds it all together. I'm in charge. I know what to do. I'm kind. I'm fun. I'm understanding, and all that other bullshit that's not true. She needs to quit trying to copy me. Is it possible someone ultra evil watching from a distance, researching on their own the family dynamics? The nightmare of Facebook saw this as a perfect opportunity, offer her a chance to take away her troubles, maybe even pay her, and she can justify in her sick mind that she really did not do anything. After Gannon made a mistake, she says, "We have to find something to sell, maybe the couch." But maybe that's not all she was thinking about. People. Every rock and stone needs to be looked under. I think that's supposed to say under. There have been maternal parents who have sold their own children. I know there are some disgusting motherfuckers out there. Did she meet someone, hand them off? They got away and now have him somewhere? What are you talking about? Why do people think she left the original school? Which, just to point out, is totally an urgent trip requiring a sick kid to be dragged 4 hours to accompany you. Sarcastic. Coached her bio daughter into what to say to her first strange video with the news media. Daughter states that she saw Gannon after the hike on Sunday. I do not recall her saying on Monday. She also told the reporter that she told her daughter not to go into much depth. She had a microphone on so you could hear everything she said to her daughter, and never heard her say, "Don't go into too much depth." Oh, okay. I think she was unaware that that microphone was going when she was coaching her daughter what to say. Someone replied, "Gotta love a hot mic." Yeah, as long as it's not, on you. Stepmom seems to do whatever she wants to do whenever she wants to do it, considering all of the things she has done, said, posted, etc., even when she was told not to. I can't imagine her not posting that selfie, if it actually exists. Yeah, true. I didn't think of that. She also stated that this is why I love to read comments. I get a lot more information, or a new thought, or a new idea. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, she did say that she took a selfie of her and Gannon when they got back home that afternoon before getting out of the truck. I call bullshit because she would have posted it. But I didn't think of it until this commenter said that. She also stated that the law enforcement wanted the keys to her bio daughter's car. Did they take the car? Anybody know? I think they did take Harley's car as well to investigate it. I can't think of the word. Damn vibro fog. All the goddamn time. Well, that's what we'll blame it on. She said they did in her initial interview. Next reply. I wonder if they gave it back. That's very interesting. I didn't catch that. Another reply. Harley is in the Air Force. Does she go to the Air Force Academy or Peterson Air Force Base? Don't know. She's a textbook narcissist, and that means 90% of her existence is likely based on lies. I think an easier task would be determining what things she says are actually true. Yes, I agree. Bottom line, she's a goddamn liar and changes her story more and more in light of new evidence that's brought up, and she adds more and more to those stories. I read she even had the audacity to attempt to set up a GoFundMe. What the fuck for? As I said in previous posts, she was MIA from social media. Then all of a sudden, the news said law enforcement is focused on one particular spot, and lo and behold, she pops up again to see what's being said about her and to see what else she can add to the stories she made up. I'm curious as to what her excuse is, why her cell phone pinged at that location 1 hour prior to her contacting law enforcement that Gannon was missing. So wait a minute, her phone pinged in that Larkspur area 1 hour before she called 911? I've not heard that before. And then pinged again 2 days afterwards. How do you know all this? I guarantee she wasn't completely absent from social media. She probably has fake accounts. Yeah, she does. Did you see my eyes rolling, or could you hear my eyes rolling? Yes, of course she had fake accounts. I believe absolutely nothing she says. I feel it in my heart. She hurt precious Gannon, and I hope she rots in hell. Me too. Another reply, I am curious as to what her excuse is. Why her cell phone pinged at that location 1 hour prior to her contacting law enforcement that Gannon was missing, and then pinged again 2 days afterwards. Yet someone highlighted that to reply to it, and they said, oh my, is this verified? That was my question. How did the commenter get that information? Curious. I'm not entirely sure. I heard about it from a Reddit post and Twitter comments saying the property owner was informed of that because they were on her property. See all these people damn gossiping and stuff, and law enforcement will tell them, hey, keep this shit to yourself, like home security videos in your driveway and shit, but people just can't sit on that information these days. And then someone replied, wow. That's what I said. Wow. I don't think she ever contacted law enforcement. The dad called a neighbor and asked them to call law enforcement. I don't know that that's true. I am pretty sure that Al texted Mr. Drayton, but I don't know if Mr. Drayton called law enforcement. He may have, but according to the affidavit, they got a call from Piece of Shit at 6:55 p.m. Does she ever say anywhere it was her who contacted the police? Where did the dad called a neighbor thing come from? Losing my mind here. From the different SS, I don't know what that means, I've read on Facebook, it definitely seems like she has different accounts. Also, someone mentioned her leaving her phone at Petco to go do something and possibly going back to get it again. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but that's the cell phone thing. Someone replied, no, there was a Facebook screenshot from a group saying they told the property owner that they are searching right now and that her phone pinged in that area twice. This, however, is unverified, as it is the rumor she left the phone at Petco. That is all speculation, and law enforcement and media have not confirmed any cell phone electronic evidence. These people are talking in confusing circles. First they say, no, there was a Facebook screenshot, blah, blah, blah. Well, show us the fucking screenshot. And then they say, further in the comment, this, however, is unverified. Well, if there's a fucking screenshot, doesn't that verify? I don't know. Maybe I'm tired. Yes, I know it took a lot for me to get up to speed on everything. Also, no proof he was seen at any gas station. I think stepmom herself fueled a lot of this shit show. Well, yes, of course she did. She has chronic diarrhea. It just spews uncontrollably from those flapping duck lips. Shit show coming out of both ends. I think anything that happened Sunday is irrelevant unless stepmom did something to Gannon to injure him. But we know that Monday he was alive to get to the truck to leave. Supposedly there is a video showing he got out, but that has not been released. After that, no evidence/video has been released capturing Gannon alive. Someone replied, in fairness, only Flea is claiming there is footage showing Gannon getting out of the truck. She said that in her Facebook ranting. Then in her statement the other day, she said law enforcement has technology to see shadows on the other side of the truck, which to me is an admission there is no footage actually showing him getting out of the truck as she claimed before. I hope that makes sense. You are exactly right. That's what I was trying to emphasize, that a lot of Facebook info was coming from her, quote, Facebook statements, and is unverified, and law enforcement even were forced to make a statement kind of refuting all of her unverified, baseless claims. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office press response to Letecia Stauch's written statement was really interesting. I thought Jackie Kirby did a great job. I liked it when she said, I'm paraphrasing. Anyone has the right to say whatever they want, and those statements are part of our investigation. Letecia Shit answered a lot of questions in her statement that have not been asked publicly by any one official. Maybe that gives us a little insight into what she was asked about when she was initially or subsequently questioned by the police. Or maybe she's just responding to social media speculation. I'm not on Facebook, so I've missed a lot of that stuff. Sounds like a complete dumpster fire. I wonder why she's participating in it at all at the risk of incriminating herself. 'Cause she can't stop her damn self. She's got a lot of damn issues, and the bitch just be crazy. Well, let's examine this just a tad closer. Number one, she's batshit crazy. Number two, she's a narcissist. And C, she has chronic diarrhea. Number four, she can't shut the fuck up with her bullshit spewing horse shit. You know, I was thinking about all of the issues surrounding the phones. Your post just brought this to mind. What if stepmom Googled, quote, "Can my parents find me if my phone is off," end quote, for her own movements? Well, yes, that's what we've all been thinking. Meaning, instead of Googling, "Can law enforcement find me / where I've been if my phone is off?" Well, aren't you a prodigy? The way in which this woman thinks is so twisted that my mind is starting to think of these bizarre questions. And someone replied, "Makes sense." Well, yes, it makes sense. She was Googling that shit for herself. Not only to know if they could find her with her phone, but the ruse that Gannon was quote-unquote running away. It was kind of a twofold thing. The bitch is dumb, but she's not stupid. My tolerance for imbeciles is extremely low today. I used to have some immunity built up, but obviously there's a new strain out there. That's not bizarre. Good point. Another reply, "Me too. There is a thread of text between BioMom and T. Stauch. They are arranging pickup from the airport the night BioMom flew in the first night of Gannon's disappearance. T. Stauch says we can't pick you up from the airport." Another of her weird slips, ? When she meant to say either her or Harley can pick BioMom up. What I find disturbing, though, is that at this time T is using Gannon's mobile phone. Knowing the way T. Stauch seems to goad, I'm wondering if there is twisted intent behind the use of Gannon's phone. Not quite sure what they're saying here. Upon reflection, I think she's saying that T is perhaps trying to kind of twist the knife into Landon a bit by using Gannon's phone. Wouldn't surprise me. Sick, twisted, evil witch. What 11-year-old who has his own phone ever leaves it behind, especially if he is running away? My thoughts exactly. I have seen grown adults go into absolute panic mode when they have left their precious phone somewhere, and it certainly doesn't end there. Their behavior immediately following is that of a firefighter responding to a 5-alarm fire. Isn't that the damn truth? Except for me. I feel like I'm alone, but I hate my damn phone, and I could just take it and chuck it as far as I could throw it. It would suit me fine, but that's just me. This is where I'm going to end today. I'll pick up with more of these just from February 16th. Things were really heating up at this point, and people were screaming for piece of shit to be arrested. But they had to make sure they didn't fuck up anything, then have her run free. Much love and peace. Thank you for listening.